Marketing ethics in Pfizer Pharmaceutical can be defined as the commitment to responsible promotion of their product, transparency in reporting business practices, and adherence to applicable laws, regulations, and industry standards. Pfizer's aim to educate healthcare professionals and patients about their medicines and vaccines, enabling informed decision-making and promoting patient safety. They emphasize the importance of upholding high standards in communication and conduct, including strict adherence to prohibitions on off-label marketing. Mandatory training and strong leadership support further ensure compliance with ethical standards. The first important ethical in Pfizer Pharmaceutical is patient safety. Ensuring the safety and well-being of patients is of utmost importance. Pfizer should prioritize the development, manufacturing, and distribution of safe and effective medication and vaccines while promptly addressing any potential risk of adverse effects. Lastly, access to medicines. Pfizer strives to ensure equitable access to its medicines and vaccines, particularly in underserved populations and developing countries. This may involve fair pricing strategies, collaboration with healthcare organizations, and initiatives to address healthcare disparities. Drug promotion and advertising. Pfizer follows the pharma guiding principle and its own guidance for direct-to-consumer (DTC) advertisement on prescription medicine. This principle endorses DTC advertising to provide information about medical condition and treatment, promoting informed choices within FDA regulations and Pfizer's guidelines. Consistency with pharma DTC principle is stressed to ensure patient education and encouragement to consult healthcare professionals. Pfizer's guidance prevails in case of any inconsistency. Notably, advertising for Pfizer opioids must include information on potential risks like addiction, abuse, and misuse as per FDA-approved prescribing information. Pfizer's approach to communicating with consumers through direct-to-consumer advertising aligns more with consumer ethics theory. The emphasis is on providing educational information, encouraging consultation with healthcare professionals, and complying with regulation. The first consumer ethics theory is educating patients. Pharma guiding DTC principle aim to ensure DTC communication educate patients, and this reflects a commitment to empowering consumers with information about medical condition and potential treatments. Second, encouraging guidance from healthcare professionals. The principle emphasizes encouraging patients and consumers to seek guidance from their healthcare professionals and also align with a consumer-centric approach, prioritizing informed decision-making and the involvement of healthcare experts. According to Pfizer, professionals like physicians and chemists play a crucial role in guiding patients on prescription drugs and vaccinations. Patients rely on these middlemen to make informed decisions for the best health outcomes. Physicians, in particular, need a deep understanding of available therapeutic choices, considering their pros and cons. Hunt Fighter general theory of marketing ethics. The first one is education for informed choices. There is an emphasis on educating both medical professionals and patients to facilitate intelligent conversation about treatments, fostering safe and efficient utilization of products. Second, commitment to ethical promotion. Companies like Pfizer are committed to ethically promoting products and disclosing information to encourage transparency. The Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine played a vital role in the U.S. pandemic response, preventing millions of cases, hospitalizations, and deaths, according to the Journal of Medical Economics. It also saved billions in healthcare costs and work description. However, a study by the Quantitative Political Economy Research Group found that the vaccine announcement led to an unexpected decline in trust in government and elected politicians in the US and the UK. This decline was consistent across respondents and stronger for those highly exposed to the announcement. The trust decline wasn't influenced by government action but seemed to be dispositional response to positive news, possibly linked to motivate reasoning, ultimately harming consumer trust. Hunt Vital General Theory of Marketing Ethics. The first one is unexpected decline in trust. Addresses as an unexpected decline in trust in government and elected politicians following the vaccine announcement. Attribute the decline to a dispositional response to positive news, possibly explained by motivated reasoning. Second, consumer trust consideration, recognize the negative impact on consumer trust and its significance in the context of the vaccine announcement, provides insight into the complex relationship between positive news and public trust.
Clinical trials and research ethics. The ethical considerations have an important role in designing, conducting, and reporting clinical trials in Pfizer company. According to the utilitarianism theory, the ethical considerations are focused on maximizing overall happiness for the greatest number of people. Firstly, designing clinical trials are ensuring the scientific validity of the trial while prioritizing participant safety and welfare. Designing clinical trials has the potential to generate the greatest overall benefit to society. Then, conducting clinical trials are securing that participants are fully informed about the trial's purpose, procedures, potential risks, and benefit before deciding to participate. Based on theory of justice, Pfizer company are handling the conflicts of interest by focuses on the fair distribution of rights, opportunities, and resources in society. Pfizer company establishing policies and guidelines that apply uniformly to all researchers, investigators, and employees involved in research activities. These policies outline the procedures for disclosing, assessing, and managing conflicts of interest. After that, Pfizer company encourages external validation and peer review of their research findings to make sure that the research is subject to independent scrutiny and evaluation, minimizing the potential influence of conflicts of interest. Pfizer has significant responsibility towards the trial participants. Firstly, Pfizer follows strict ethical guidelines and standards in conducting clinical trials. They obey to the international regulations such as Good Clinical Practice (GCP) guidelines, which outline ethical principles for the conduct of clinical research. Besides, Pfizer monitors the safety of trial participants throughout the entire duration of the clinical trial. They have strong safety monitoring system in place to promptly identify and address any adverse events or side effects that might occur during the trial. Access to medicine and pricing. Some pharmaceutical companies have a duty to prioritize access to essential medicines as a fundamental principle and irrespective of financial considerations. Based on theory utilitarianism, Pfizer faced some criticism for the pricing of its vaccine in some developing countries because companies like Pfizer often face ethical challenges in reconciling the need to essential medicines to wide population with the profit motive. The company have to balance the financial viability of research and development to provide affordable healthcare that raises ethical concerns. Other than that, Pfizer as a pharmaceutical company that have a high access in global give a significant ethical challenge to the company. The company operates in various markets with different economic situations and make sure that the company equitable access to medicines. The companies such as Pfizer are committed to pricing the medicines in a way that reflects the benefit they bring to patients and society. First of all, pharmaceutical companies, including Pfizer, often adopt tiered pricing strategies based on the economic conditions of different markets. The ethical challenge lies in assessing whether tiered pricing genuinely addresses affordability concerns or perpetuate global health inequalities. Next, ethical concerns arise when Pfizer are lacking transparency in pricing strategies. Patients and healthcare providers may struggle to understand the factors influencing drug prices, impacting trust and informed decision-making. Virtue ethics can be applied to assess the character of Pfizer's pricing strategy, considering virtues like transparency and fairness. Distributive justice principles can be invoked to evaluate the fairness of the economic burden associated with Pfizer's drug pricing. Equity is a core Pfizer value that drives our people every single day. An accord for a healthier world was launched because all people deserve access to high-quality, safe, and effective healthcare solution. Besides that, to drive the success of the accord, the company itself are calling upon global health leaders, global health organizations, country governments, industry leaders, and peers to come together to provide expertise and resources that can help to close the health equity gap and create a healthier world, one where every person can access the innovative medicines and vaccines they need, regardless of where they live or how much they earn. There are few rules, such as the role of regulatory bodies in ensuring ethical marketing practices. Firstly, establishing guidelines. Regulatory bodies develop and enforce pharmaceutical marketing standards and restrictions. These guidelines outline what a company may and may not do when it comes to product promotion. Pfizer, as outlined in its Blue Book, commit to acting with integrity in all marketing practices. Lastly, enforcement action. The regulatory bodies have the power to act against companies that violate regulations. Pfizer adherence to ethical marketing practices, as stated in its Blue Book, help mitigate the risk of facing penalties or warnings. Therefore, all of these roles of regulatory bodies align with Han Vital general theory of marketing and consumer ethics theory in ensuring ethical marketing practices. Based on Blue Book, Pfizer's Code of Conduct, one of the industry standards and codes of conduct governing pharmaceutical marketing, is antitrust laws. These laws protect free market capitalism by prohibiting transactions between pharmaceutical firms and competition that have an impact on pricing, terms and conditions of sale, or fair competition. This aligns with the Han Vital theory, emphasizing personal values in ethical decisions. Apart from that, pharmaceutical companies, including Pfizer, are devoted to producing and distributing goods that comply with high quality, safety, and efficacy criteria. They comply with applicable regulatory requirements and good manufacturing practices (GMP) and have robust quality management system in place. This aligns with consumer ethics theory by meeting consumer expectations for quality and safety. The source of the information about Pfizer's violation of standards is the article titled "Pfizer Found Guilty of Breaching Code" by Tony Sheldon. Pfizer has been found guilty of violating standards by engaging in unlawful public advertising of its prescription drug Viagra that goes against the principles of honesty, fairness, and integrity in marketing practices, as emphasized by the Han Vital theory.